How do you rate your project manager competence? In this video, I'm going to ask you how a project manager should behave in a difficult situation. The question is based on a real story, a business drama that I experienced when I was a young project manager. I had been assigned to a strategic project. In fact, the sponsor was my company CEO. All details of the projects were given me by my boss, the head of the consulting practice, which I thought was reasonable because the CEO was obviously very busy managing the company and surely couldn't waste his time talking with a young project manager. At the time, I didn't get the point that I was in charge of managing his project. However, during the planning phase, I realized that there was no way I could manage the project within the assigned constraints. In fact, my preliminary cost estimates were 3 times higher than the allocated budget. So I eventually managed to get a few minutes of the sponsor's time. He was very kind and reassured me, "Don't worry, forget the project charter, just focus on deliverables and schedule. The budget will be adjusted at the right time." What would you do? Now, 25 years later, I know that I had at least 4 possible options. Option 1. Follow the project sponsor advice. Focus on your scope and time. He is the one leading the company and surely knows how to manage the budget issue. I was still an inexperienced project manager, and this is what I did. And in fact, the sponsor left the company after a few weeks, and one of the first decisions of the new CEO was that of cancelling my project because it was too expensive. Luckily for me, the resignation of the sponsor produced a lot of noise, and nobody cared about my project. Option 2. Trust the project sponsor and manage cost estimates according to the approved insufficient budget. You know that when you need additional money, the sponsor will find it. Seriously? In the best case scenario, the sponsor finds the budget, you would manage a challenged project. In the worst case, you would be the one in charge of a cancelled project. Both situations don't look good on your CV. Option 3. Tell the sponsor that you cannot sign the project charter with this budget figure because in the end you will be measured against what is written. And even if the budget changes in the future, you would appear as the one responsible for the cost increase. This is the stance I would take today. It demonstrates competence and professionalism while showing understanding that the sponsor cannot share with me some company-sensitive information. Option 4. Find a good excuse and leave the project as soon as you can. It's not the most elegant solution, but a reasonably good choice. You miss the opportunity for demonstrating your professionalism, but you avoid embarking on a very risky project. So, which option did you choose? Or maybe, did you see a smarter way of managing the issue? In this case, why don't you drop a comment?